everyone. I hope you're all well. Welcome to my new subscribers. This is one of those typical videos where I don't know what I'm doing, but I just wanted to update you on what's happening. So as you know, I made these collage sheets over the weekend and I scanned them, and I'm really thrilled with how they turned out. I also printed them on ivory copy paper and I love them. So this is how they turned out on the ivory copy paper. So you can use those for collaging or as pages in journals. So we might do a bit of that today. The other thing I had mentioned that I think I did anyway, that I really wanted to, actually I got just a cellophane bag there, I just moved that. I really wanted to get back and do some more sewing because traditionally I am a sewer. I'm not a paper crafter, but I do really enjoy working with paper lately. So I've been hand stitching just some scrap pieces of lace and linens, and some are old. Most are old, but like that, for example, is new. And then what I did was they're all totally hand stitched. There's no machine stitching except for around the paper after I had glued them on. So all of this lace and this, it's all hand stitched. There's no gluing except for attaching it to the paper. And I made that into a journal card. And then this one here with the bunnies, so that's another journal card, or it could be a flip out or something. Then there's this one here. Now this has a beautiful antique Suffolk puff, or yo-yo some people call it. Again, all hand stitched, and so it's a little bit bulky, that one, so I'm not quite sure about that one. And then this one here, little tuck or journaling spot. Then this one here, and I think this came from Kathy in her beautiful Happy Mail. It's just so pretty, I had to put a little bit there. And then another with an antique Suffolk puff, and just on old book pages. And then this is another one here, absolutely love these. And then this one, so again all hand stitched, not glued, except onto the paper it's glued, obviously. And then this one as well, and I'm working on a few other hand sewn things, and that one. So then what I did, now not the ones with the papers, so for example this one, that was, I think that came from, I want to say Digital Curio. That's one of her papers, and this one is one of the Florentine papers that I bought that's printed. Also this one here, these ones I didn't scan obviously because they're, you know, I don't want to breach copyright, but these ones with the antique fabrics I have scanned them because while if you have like a journal that has room for expansion, they're fine. Obviously if you're limited with, you know, by in size, sort of thickness, these would be too bulky. And I thought that with these ones, or they could be just a little journaling card that you could slip into a pocket. You could flip them out, so that way, because this is bumpy, you could flip it out, so then when you're writing you have that flipped out when you turn the pages, so that way it's not hindering any form of writing or something. But I did scan them, so and I was really happy with the way they turned out. They're going to be really pretty. Now this is printed just on regular, did I print this on cardstock, or I think I printed it on high definition paper. I love how that one turned. Where's that one? I didn't have that one. I bet it's still in the scanner. Has a beautiful antique sort of lacy gauzy thing. And then what I did was I printed on the back. That one went quite straight. I printed on the back, so they can be little journaling cards. You could do tuck spots. I just printed a New York Public Library ledger paper. That's one of my collage pages, but I thought they're really pretty. So I'm thinking about whether or not, I thought that's pretty too, whether or not they might be good as a digital, and I could include the New York Public Library in there as well, so that way if you wanted to, you could have that to print on the back. Now my printer doesn't always suck in the papers straight, they go crooked, so I don't always print straight. I love that. So you're kind of getting the sense of the texture but without the bulk, which is always a good thing. Now that, as you can see, is not that sort of thicker paper. Oh, and then I printed them just on regular ivory copy paper, and I really like how they turned out on those as well. There they are. Just love it. Really nice. So I'm really happy with those. Oh, here's the other ones. Here they are. So they're the actual stitched ones. I love, this is one of my favorites. Very simple but very pretty. And then this one as well. And that's a big journaling card. And then here's a few more that I printed out. Oh, they were my first printouts, because then I rescanned them because I wasn't happy with them. Okay, so that's those. And then the other thing I've been working on, I have some big journals I have to make for custom orders. So I've been stitching, gluing and stitching them like that, because otherwise I won't have any papers big enough. So that's what I've been doing with those, and you'll see flip throughs of those journals when I get to those. So today in the mail I received these nice big envelopes. So I thought I might do something, maybe or not, on those, but they'll go into the big journals. I've only got 2, so they'll go into the bigger journals because they're pretty big, these envelopes. And then I got another one of those. And then I went to my little shop around the corner. Now they're very upset because Stamperia has not been behaving well. They've fired all of their representatives in Italy. So basically the company moved to Hungary because there's cheaper workforce there, cheaper labour, and they've fired all of their representatives in Italy, and so a lot of the shops in Italy are having trouble getting stock of Stamperia papers. So I'm going to have to order online. So there are some websites in Italy that still have it, but they're going to telephone them in Hungary today to see what's happening, see if they can get an answer, because they don't answer their emails. But I got this rice paper today, so I thought I might play with that. That one you've already seen. I've had that one before. I think you might have already seen this one. I love this one. This is like that Winter Wonderland collage paper. And then I got a Stamperia rice paper. They're in their plastic bag still, with music sheet, and that is it. Because I have all the other. Oh, this one, I bought this one, but I already have it. You've already seen that one before. It's very pretty. So what I thought I might do, I need to do some collaging. Oh, I know another thing, another point of business that I needed to talk about was I want to, I was totally inspired by Tracy Fox. She got her Amazon delivery. This is a small one. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to alter this. So I won't do that now because I need to, I think to go faster I would cut out all my papers and have an idea of what I'm doing. But my thoughts with this was I was inspired by Dragonfly 49 or something. My sister Sarah, Roxy Creations by Sarah, got me onto her. She uses a lot of stamps, and when I saw her stamps I was really excited, so I went and bought these packets of stamps. I got butterflies, 2 packets of butterflies, flowers, I think I got 2 packets of flowers and 2 packets of bird stamps, and they're really gorgeous. I've already used them somewhere. Where did I put that? Oh, where did I put my current projects that I wanted to show you? Okay, we'll find those in a second. See, I told you, it's usual disaster. So I want, Dragonfly 49, what she does is she has this book. I don't think she made it, but she had this book that had pages, and then it had sort of like or grease paper or transparency paper, or what's the other name for it? Tracing paper, whatever you like to call it. They had like the pages in the book had little pockets across, little short pockets like that across the page. And she had her stamps all in there. So she just pulled them out with tweezers. I thought that's a really great way to store even fussy cut things. So I've got 2 of these, and I thought I might do that, see if I could do that and how it would work. I would stitch on the pages some little transparent sort of ish pockets and be able to put in fussy cuts and things like that. So that's something I would like to do. And then I had started some other things, and I don't know where they are. Of course, I didn't sort myself out before I started my video, did I? No. So I've lost them. So I'll have to come back to those. I don't know where I've put them. What did I do? Did I put them in here? Here they are. I found them. Okay. That's just a bit of... So I had mentioned about the napkins. So I'm working on some envelopes. Or no, actually that one's going to be a journaling, because look, it's all plain inside. That's going to be a journaling spot, but I still need to stitch all around it. But that's napkin, isn't it pretty? I like that. And then I did this envelope, and there's the stamp. I thought I might do a little bit of stamping around here, but I think that's really pretty. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements to create that. And then here's another little one. This is probably kind of worthless as a envelope, is it, guys? But you see, you can write in. Oh, I made that one to write in as well. So I just have to stitch around it. I thought I might put something there just to neaten that up. And then that will be a writing spot. And I did put the paper that way. It's super old because I like the type on it. And then this one is also with napkin. Now that is from a Tracy Fox kit. I finally printed them. And I printed it on. I had printed it on adhesive paper, so that's like a sticker. I really like that. That's really cool. And I don't know. Oh, I did, and that's also Tracy Fox. I thought it went really well with this beautiful napkin that I had, and that will probably be a journaling spot as well. No, I think I might make that into an envelope, and then I altered this envelope. This envelope only has 3 elements besides the paper at the back, and then I didn't do anything on the back of this one, but these are those beautiful recycled ones. And then I have a few bits and pieces here to keep on working, and you've seen those. Okay, so they're with those scanned collage-y things. So now what I wanted to do was to do some, what a mess. I need to do some book pages. I want to do some altered book pages, and you've seen me do those before. But if I have time, actually I might do another video. So that's what I'm up to. I also wanted to show you, I took the idea off Gail a while back, and I've mentioned it before. I'm collecting journals slowly from people that I really like. Maybe this is an opportunity because I can't do a long video now because Lulu will be here soon. I bought a journal from Moonside Parlour. And I just love it. And I actually received it about 5 days ago. Just going to have a sip of coffee. I had received it about, there's the coffee, about 5 days ago. And I hadn't done a video, so I apologise for that. Right. Now, her style is quite eclectic, I think. I think that's what I want to say. Very different to me. But I really like what she does. And I wanted to own one of her journals and support her. So it's got this lovely sari silk here, and it's a piece of cardstock cover, and so to reinforce it, she's sewn some lovely fabric. I think it looks like vintagey sort of sheeting fabric on the spine. And then I'll just, if I can, undo this, and I'll put a link to her down below. She's included lots of bits and pieces of ephemera, so these little discs and little journaling cards. And then that's just beautiful. I just love the way she puts all these colours. That's a real piece of ephemera. I love the way she puts all these colours together. And then I love that. Oh, that's stitched on. Isn't that gorgeous? A lion. I wanted the bunny. My sister beat me to it, and she bought it. But I like the lion as well, so I'm pretty happy. So I just love the way she does that. So these, I guess these kind of things go into those traveller notebook thingy-majiggies that I don't have one of those. But I won't be carrying this around. It's just going to take pride of place next to Jessica Rapp's journal that I bought, and Fiona Hayes. Oh, they're beautiful, those journals too. Right. So inside there's a lovely old envelope that's been opened. Just this is really cool. Another lion card, and then a lovely piece of old wallpaper as a pocket. So I do kind of feel like I would like to use this one. I have to think about, I'm not a journalist, so I'll have to have a think about that. She's done a lovely paper ruffle there. And then I think Sarah bought one too. Sarah, did you receive yours yet? My sister Sarah. Here's another piece of real ephemera, which is just gorgeous. 1927. A hot point coffee urn heater. Please rush. Interesting. So that's a piece of ephemera. I'll just slide that in there. Some old book page. I should be doing this in my other room. It's a bit of a improvised showing. 1938, gorgeous envelope with a lovely Christmas stamp on it, looks like. Health greetings. December, yes, that's Christmas. And then there's a belly band here with a ruffle, and then there's lots of fabric tabs with, it looks like grain sacks or feed sacks or something. That's nice paper. And then a lovely Creative Child's Games. I like that book page underneath too, that's gorgeous. And then just a lovely fabric, piece of fabric and an old photo. Kind of reminds me of the photos of when my dad was young. I've got some photos of Dad like that. Some old music paper, tea-dyed paper, a journaling card. More of that gorgeous paper. I love all of these little bits of, what do you call it, feed sack. And then here's another little belly band with just a piece of scrapbooking paper and something stitched. Oh, that's a bit of an envelope stitched on there. I thought this was just a bit of fun, this journal. Just let me slip that in without destroying it. And then I love just the mix of colours. And then another tag here on some journaling, on some scrapbooking paper. And I love that, how that kind of looks like a stamp to me with the frayed fabric and then that lovely piece stitched on. Gorgeous children's book page. I'm holding it up because I feel like it's too far away. Love that tuck spot. That's a cool idea, stitching it around there like that. And then little journaling card, just gorgeous. And then some paper clips with some fabric on top, a tuck spot and a pocket. And then over here is the other side of that envelope that was open. That's a really cool idea, to open completely out the envelopes. Oh, I did that, didn't I? Oh, yeah. And Gower did that too. And then a lovely journaling card, and then that is the back. So that's Moonside Parlour. I will link her. She's on a YouTube and Instagram. I think I found her on Instagram, and then I was really thrilled when she started doing videos on YouTube. And so I've had my eye on, I've missed out on a few journals because I'm a bit of a procrastinator. And so when Sarah bought the bunny one, I'm like, okay, I'm getting the lion one. So we've both got one. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back a little bit later with some crafting videos. Thank you. Bye.